Hey, what is going on? It's Styler here, and today I will review the 5-inch Doogee Valencia2 Y100 Pro, a small solid budget phone. I got the phone from efox-shop.com, and if you are interested in the phone, don't forget to check out the video description for more info. Currently it is for sale for $121, so it's really cheap. The Doogee Valencia2 Y100 Pro comes with the MTK6735P quad-core chipset clocked at 1 GHz. It has 2.5D ARC Corning Gorilla Glass, comes out of the box with real Android 5.1. It has 2 GB RAM, 16 GB ROM, HD display, a 13 megapixel Sony rear camera, dual SIM, and of course support for 4G LTE. So at first sight the back side looks like metal, but in fact this is just a plastic cover that looks like brushed alloy. According to Doogee, it does have alloy particles, but I couldn't confirm that. So here you see the box. Let's just have a look here. Black box, we see Y100 Pro to be perfect on the side. We have IMEI numbers here in the bottom. We see the Doogee logo here on the side. And we have a lot of text on the back side here and some specifications. Okay, so together with the phone, first of all, of course, you get the wall charger branded Doogee. This one here says 5 volt 1 ampere, so this is a standard wall charger. Then you get here the micro USB cable. Then there are some earphones. You also get here a screen protector, and there will also be one on the phone attached from the factory, but I just removed that so we better can see the screen here in the review. Then you also get, of course, a quick guide in English, and last you get also here a hard case in plastic, so you can protect the backside of the phone. And let me also shortly show you here the back cover with the phone. So you see here the plastic hard cover attached now to the phone, and it still looks pretty nice. Let's have a look at the phone design. So on the top we find the light and proximity sensor, the ear speaker together with the 8 megapixel front camera. The phone has a 5-inch HD display and looks okay. It's sharp and bright, but nothing special. In the bottom we find the menu, home and back buttons, which doesn't have any kind of backlight. They are just painted in silver on top. On the back side, which is removable and just made of plastic, we have a 13 megapixel Sony rear camera. So regarding the camera, this one is interpolated, so the real megapixels could be 6 or 8 instead of the 13 megapixel. Inside the phone we also find a 2200 mAh battery, but this could be lower because the battery is really light and small. And last we have the rear speaker, which provides only average sound, I would say. Not too bad, but also not super. In the bottom of the phone we just find the microphone. On the right side we find the volume rocker together with the power button. In the top we find the 3.5mm headphone jack together with the micro USB port that also support OTG, USB on the go. And last, on the left side we don't find anything. We see here the antenna and the rear camera together with the single LED flash. We see it's dual SIM. So here we have SIM 1 and SIM 2. So micro SIM and normal SIM. We have support for TF card. We see the battery here on 2200 mAh. And last we see the rear speaker here. let's just have a look at the battery here. So we see original battery 2200 mAh for the model Y100. So as you can see, it's kind of thin, not that big, so could be less than 2200 mAh actually. Inside we have a CE number, the FCC, we see the band mode, and also here the model number. We have the IMEI numbers 1 and 2, designed by Doogee. And let's also have a look here on the side. So you can see here the buttons will be, see the bottom of the phone, the microphone hole here. This side we have nothing, just plastic. In the top we see here the port for the 3.5mm headphone jack and the USB port. So it just clicks on, really easy. Let's now have a look here at the phone, and the phone support double tap to wake. So you see it here, and then let's also try off-screen gestures, for example the M for music player. So this is the music player, and we can also try to slide up. And let me also try air gesture unlock. Just wave your hand. We have the UI here, and let me just show you the speed. It's very snappy, as you notice here. And the phone comes with real Android 5.1, and you really feel that the OS is optimized, so it's not laggy at all. Very fast here. So as told in the beginning, we have no kind of backlight in these buttons here, they are just in silver. And the vibration, yeah, it's kind of weak, I would say, but you can feel it a little bit, but it's not that strong. Sadly, the phone also is missing any kind of notification LED, so you will not get notified in any way if you have a missed call or SMS. Let's have a look here in the top in the quick toggles. And let's check the animation here with auto rotation. So this indicates we are talking about real Android 5.1, because in 5.0 this is not an animation here. Regarding the 2.5D arc screen, this means it's curved here in the corners. It's a little bit a shame that we have this plastic edge, because there's a plastic border around here, and that kind of removes the nice feel of the arc screen here, so it doesn't feel that rounded if you do like this with the finger, because of this plastic here. So I would wish that they just removed this, because it will make the screen much more premium. Let's go inside the settings, and before we do this, I can click here, and you can see we can add owner, add guest. So for example, add guest, you can set here, switching to guest, more settings. Okay, so now it's switched to guest mode, I guess. Let's see here. Yeah, and here in more settings we can go inside here and click on the settings. We can disable allow phone calls. So in guest mode you can disable that the person can use the dialer. In the settings we have support for Hotknot. So this is an alternative to NFC, so you can send files, pictures for example, but it requires that the other phone also has the support for Hotknot. Let's see, we have display, so inside here we will find Miravision support, so you can change the colors, the contrast and so on. Let's have a look inside the storage. So the phone of course support SD card, micro SD cards also. but we have one big partition here for the apps and games on 12.11 gigabytes, so that's nice to see that it's not split up into two. You can insert the card and then you can see it here. So in battery you can also set here in percentage, and here you can see that in the battery icon it shows 68. Then we also have the users that I showed before, the guest and owner. We have locations, smart gestures. Smart gestures are air gestures actually. You can use in gallery, you can unlock, you can flip to mute, you can wave your hand in the launcher to change the page. You can use it in FM radio, clock, flip the phone to mute the alarm, 3-finger screenshot. We have the smart wake up, double tap to wake, draw up to unlock, draw a seat to start the camera, and so on. We have a language and input, so this one will also support all kind of languages. Everything here is supported like in normal Android 5.1. And we find last the developer options and about phone. Let me just show you the build number here. Android version, brand, support OTA, wireless updates, and actually I already got one update on the phone, so this is working. Let's check out the Android version. So that's it for the settings. So the next thing I'm going to show is the camera app. So overall the camera is actually providing some good pictures, I would say. Not comparable with the higher brands like HTC or Samsung, but it provides good pictures that can be used. We must remember that this is a budget phone, so for the price it does pretty well. Let's see here in the settings. So these are just stock normal settings. So we have the picture size. We have 13 megapixels in standard 4:3. So if I change this to full screen, you can see it goes down to only 6 megapixels. So this is far away from the 13 megapixels now. But here again it goes to 8. So I believe we have 6 or 8 real megapixels and 13 are interpolated. And if you want to see these pictures in high resolution, remember to check the video description, because I will provide the link where you can find these pictures. Overall, very nice details here. And next up, I'm going to show you the flashlight. So as you notice, the flashlight is not that strong. It's very weak actually. Now I'm going to run some different test apps and show you the results. I will turn off for the background music, so let's check it out. And now to the live GPS test. So I just recorded this outside so I could show it here. And we see here the GPS test app, and it gets the signal pretty fast here. You can see it finding the satellites, and here I'm switching to metric, going back here again. So again 13 in view, and we see now it has a log, 9 in use. The accuracy is down on 4 meters. And we see here it doesn't support any kind of cloners, only normal satellites are in view here, but the fixed time was pretty fast, down on 3 meters. So overall the GPS is pretty good, and you can see it's stable, so a good GPS. And regarding the sound with earphones, the sound is very good actually, and loud and in good quality. So with earphones you can easily use this phone here, there's no problem with that. Only the built-in rear speaker, the quality is only average, I would say. And regarding the reception and Wi-Fi, Wi-Fi is really good in this phone here. The range is nice and stable, and the speed is also okay. It could be a little bit faster, but it's over average, so I'm satisfied with the speed. It does download pretty fast, and the network reception was also really nice. I had no kind of problems, and the quality from the ear speaker is also loud and clear. But in most of these new phones from China now, they all have good sound quality now, and good reception. From the last 10 China phones I have reviewed, none of these had bad sound quality from the ear speaker, and all had good reception. So I'm not going to show this each time now, because it's just standard that it's working good. And the same about the proximity sensor, these are also always working now really nice. The only phones that maybe still have problems could be clones, cheap Samsung clones or HTC clones, but as long we are talking about a real brand like the Doogee here, then there's no kind of problem. So now to the pros and cons that I have found on this device. So the pros are that it has air gestures, smart features and smart wake, and all these convenient features worked fine while I tested the phone. The build quality seems to be very solid. It's even a little bit heavy in the hand, and the phone is not too big. It has a nice compact size, and it's very streamlined. The accuracy of the GPS is good, and it was very fast to get a 3D fix and lock. Unfortunately, it doesn't support cloners, but I guess you can live without that as long as the GPS is working good. Another thing I'm very pleased with is the camera. The camera shoots some okay good pictures, and the video also looks pretty nice. It provides better pictures than I'm used to on other budget MediaTek phones in this price class, so a good camera. The phone also handles games and multitasking pretty well. I really didn't miss more RAM, because it was always very snappy and smooth to use, also thanks to real Android 5.1. Regarding the cons are that the backside is not made of real metal or alloy, something I was a little bit disappointed over, but I guess for the price you can't really complain. The battery is kind of small, but I don't yet have any long-term experience with the phones, so I can't say for sure how it will do if you would use it for a longer period. The rear speaker is, as in many China budget phones, nothing to talk about. It's very loud and metallic. It totally misses real depth and quality. The touch buttons don't have any kind of backlight, and the phone is totally missing any kind of notification LED. And last, it has very few sensors and also no kind of e-compass support, so on this phone you have to miss that. Well guys, that's it for the review. Remember also to check out my blog, you'll find the link in the video description. If you have any questions, feel free to comment below, give a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.